If you've ever thought about moving to Mexico because you heard it's safe, it's affordable, the healthcare is great, the weather is amazing, and the people are friendly, you know what? Think before you act. Okay, don't get me wrong here. Mexico is a wonderful place to live, but actually, there are things that you should absolutely know about before you make the big leap. It's not because like there's a huge secret or anything, but it's because moving here should actually be a conscious choice, okay? You deserve to do it in the most thoughtful, legal, and respectful way possible. Honestly speaking, I actually wish I had like someone to tell me this stuff before I actually moved here. So today, I am going to share with you what I wish I knew before moving to this beautiful country. Number one on the list, the language will define your experience. Oh, yes. Here's the thing, Spanish isn't optional. If you want to feel at home, even in the touristy areas, speaking Spanish, even a little, opens doors you did not even know existed. It's the difference between being a guest and actually being part of the community, which is what we are aiming for. When I first got here, I thought my beginner Spanish would carry me. You know what? It actually did until I needed a plumber. Oh, and then I got a weird prescription. Oh, and then I wanted to join in a neighborhood celebration. That's when I realized that I either had to level up my Spanish or stay on the sidelines. Story time. Once I had an issue with my shower, and I thought that I could explain what was wrong with gestures and my super basic Spanish. Yes, whatever. Okay, the plumber did come over, and let's just say I ended up with cold water for 3 days because I couldn't properly explain the problem. After that, I started learning key vocabulary words for household issues. Hear me out now. If you haven't seen it yet, I would like you to check out my previous video. Do you need to speak Spanish to live in Mexico City? I dive into this topic a bit more. It's totally worth the watch. The link is below. Number two, infrastructure. Infrastructure can make or break your experience here. Mexico has a charm. Oh, yes, it does. But that charm sometimes comes with power outages, low water pressure, or sketchy internet. Trust me, been there. Okay, when I first rented a place, I did not think to say, hay buena señal de internet aquí. And guess what? I ended up sitting in cafes for hours just to get work done when I could have done this at home. There was this one time when I had an important Zoom meeting schedule, and the internet in my place just would not cooperate. I ran to a local cafe only to find their Wi Fi was down too. I had to go to another one. I learned quickly that asking about signal strength and having a backup plan is key when choosing a place to live here in Mexico. Number three, Mexican generosity. I'll never forget when my neighbor helped me to deal with a difficult pharmacy situation, and she expected absolutely nothing in return. That level of generosity floored me. There was this other time, oh yes, a little bit embarrassing. I got lost looking for a friend's house, and a local woman noticed me looking confused, and she not only gave me directions, but she actually volunteered to walk with me for 10 minutes. She really wanted to make sure that I had found the place. That small gesture meant so much, and it reminded me that here, community is everything. In the US, we're just so used to being like transitional. But here in Mexico, it's all about the community. But remember, accept it with gratitude and find ways to give back. That's how you are going to build real relationships. Number four, where you live matters more than you actually think. It's not all those picture perfect towns are livable long term. Trust me. Climate, healthcare, access, walkability, all of those play a huge role in your day to day life. At first, I thought that I wanted to live in a quiet beach town, but I quickly realized that I was actually kind of feeling isolated. So moving to a more connected city changed everything for me. I once lived in a small town where the nearest grocery store was a 30-minute walk. And there were like barely any health clinics nearby. Okay, it sounded peaceful, but after a few weeks, I realized it just wasn't practical for my lifestyle. Now, I'm in a place with everything that I need within walking distance. And it's made a huge difference for me. Now, if you ever feel stuck, like, oh, when am I ever going to learn Spanish and sound like a fluent speaker? It might be time for you to get one-on-one help. Honestly, I understand the struggle, and you may need help to improve your Spanish. We have coaches here at Spanish 55, and you can be paired with a real coach who can work with you one-on-one. The first consultation is totally free. You can check it out with the link below. Asking for help made a big difference for me in my journey. And I know, I am positively sure that it will do the same for you. Number 5, transportation is shockingly easy. Once you learn the system, you don't need a car here. Taxis, collect ride apps like Didi or even Uber are affordable and they're super flexible. But here's the catch. If you don't speak much Spanish or know the system, it's easy to get overcharged or just plain lost. Confession time? I remember, oh dear, once trying to explain where I wanted to go to a taxi driver with my Spanish, and it was kind of bad at that time. We both just ended up laughing about it and just pulled out Google Maps and we figured it out. There was this other time that I didn't realize that I needed sat change for the colectivo, and here it is that the driver was being patient and the rest of the passengers just waited for me. Okay, it was a little bit embarrassing, but I learned that I always needed to carry small coins or bills and to ask cuánto es before getting into the colectivo. I got a tip for you. Learn a few phrases and get familiar with local forms of transportation. Number 6, processes here, like banking, government stuff, take time, a lot of time. It can be frustrating if you're used to doing things in a quick way. But once you lean into it, it's kind of freeing. I remember getting stuck at a government office, oh dear, because of missing a form. And what started as frustration ended with a deep conversation with another person standing in line with me. That's when I realized that Mexico doesn't just teach you patience, but it invites you into a different pace of life. There was this day that I spent nearly 3 hours in a line to pay a bill because, oops, I didn't know that I could actually do this online. But you know what? Instead of getting angry, I just struck up a conversation with somebody who was like in line with me again. We even shared snacks and stories. And then suddenly the wait didn't feel that bad at all. Conquering Spanish podcasts really helped. You're not the only person here dealing with that. So why don't you check out the Conquering Spanish podcast? It's full of real stories from people just like you, with busy schedules, real struggles, major wins. No fluff, just no shortcuts, just honest truth about learning Spanish as an adult. You can also find the link below. You're going to love it. Check it out. Look, if you're thinking about making the move to Mexico, start learning Spanish now. Not just to survive, but to actually belong here. Mexico is a beautiful country, but it's even more beautiful when you are part of the community and not just some random outsider. If you found this video helpful, drop a like below and leave a comment with what's your biggest thought about moving to Mexico or your biggest question. And don't forget to subscribe and check out the links below for more Spanish learning support and real talk. Hasta la próxima.